Part 1, The Hijack. It's biological, not a flaw. Emotional hijacking. It happens to all of us. One moment you're calm, the next, a comment, an email, a tone of voice triggers a flash flood of anger, anxiety, or hurt. Before your rational mind can even clock in, you've reacted, you've sent the sharp reply, made the snap decision from fear, or retreated into a shell of resentment. You're left wondering, what just happened? Why did I do that? Here's the crucial first insight: this is not a personal failing. This is biology. Neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux mapped this path. The sensory thalamus receives a trigger, like a critical comment, and sends a signal down two roads. The first, a neural back alley straight to the amygdala, your brain's alarm siren. This path is lightning fast, milliseconds. It screams threat and mobilizes your body for fight or flight before the signal has even reached your conscious, thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex. That's the hijack. You are, in that moment, literally a passenger in a vehicle commandeered by your own survival instinct. Stoicism, practiced for centuries, is the manual for becoming the pilot again. It's not about suppressing emotion or becoming coldly robotic. It's about inserting a moment of sovereignty between the trigger and your response. It's about upgrading your brain's firmware from reactive to responsive. And you can start that training in under a minute. Part 2, the 60-second emergency protocol, deconstructed. Here is your drill, your emergency protocol for the next hijacking. But to wield it effectively, let's understand the why behind each command. Second 1 to 10, stop. The sacred pause. This isn't just don't act. This is a conscious, deliberate freeze. When you feel the surge, your first act of control is to stop all voluntary motion. Don't speak. Don't hit send. Don't make a face. Put your physical body on pause. This action sends a powerful countersignal back to your brain. It tells the amygdala, the captain is on the bridge. It's a physical assertion of I am not my first impulse. The ancient Stoics called this prosoke attention, vigilance. It's the foundational discipline of self-awareness. Second 11 to 30, breathe. The physiological reset. Now, take one deep, diaphragmatic breath. Not a frantic gasp, but a deliberate inhale through the nose, feeling your belly expand, holding for a moment, and a slow, controlled exhale through the mouth. Why? This breath is a direct intervention in the stress cycle. Deep breathing stimulates your vagus nerve, the commander of your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. It literally counters the amygdala's panic signal, lowers your heart rate, and tells your body, stand down. We are assessing. You are creating the physiological space for clarity to enter. Second 31 to 50, label. The power of narration. With a slightly calmer physiology, engage your cortex. Ask, what is the story I'm telling myself right now? This is genius. You are not asking, what am I feeling, yet, which can pull you back into the fog. You're asking for the narrative. The story is always the fuel. The story is that my boss's email means he doesn't respect my work. The story is that this delay will ruin everything and I'll be a failure. By naming the narrative, you externalize it. You take it from being your perceived reality and turn it into an object you can observe. As the Stoic Epictetus said, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things. You have just identified the judgment. Second 51 to 60, reframe. The locus of control. Finally, ask the core Stoic question: what part of this narrative is truly within my control? This is the dichotomy of control, the cornerstone of Stoic practice. Not in my control, the other person's tone, their opinions, the traffic, the past, the market, the unexpected problem. In my control, my interpretation of the event. My chosen response. My values. My effort. My next word or action. You cannot control the critical email. You can control whether you interpret it as a personal attack or as unclear communication. You can control whether you fire back in anger or draft a clarifying question. This reframe is where your power is actually located. Consciously choose where to direct your energy. Part 3, From Emergency Drill to Way of Life. That's the 60-second protocol. But this is where true transformation happens. Practice this drill not just in crises, but in small annoyances. The misplaced keys, the slow driver, the rude comment from a stranger. These are your training gym. Every time you practice, you are performing neurosurgery on your own default pathways. You are strengthening the connection between the trigger and your prefrontal cortex, and weakening the hijack response of the amygdala. Soon, that space, what Viktor Frankl called the space between stimulus and response, will naturally widen. In that space lies your growth, your freedom, and your peace. You will stop being a reactor to the external world and start being a conscious author of your own life. Part 4, Integration and Call to Action. Stoicism is philosophy turned into action. This 60-second method is a practical tool, but it's rooted in a profound idea that our inner freedom is non-negotiable, and it is built one conscious breath, one labeled story, one reframed thought at a time. If this blend of ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience resonates with you, and you want more practical, bite-sized strategies for mastering your mind, building resilience, and living with purpose, then your next conscious action is clear: subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Did this 60-second method help you navigate a recent situation? What was the story you identified? Or do you have another quick technique that helps you regain your pilot's seat? Share your experience in the comments below. This community grows through shared practice, and your story could be the exact insight someone else needs to hear today. If you found this a useful tool for your mental toolkit, please like this video. It tells the algorithm this is content worth sharing, helping us reach more fellow pilots who are tired of being passengers in their own minds.